Josh, I cannot thank you enough for your patience. The floor is yours.
Jamming out.
The remotes should be right there on the right in front of her. Just hit the red power button. Original.
Thank you. Which terrorist group is this? We can lead big groups of them into a room, lock the door, and suffocate them with gases until they are all dead. Nick? Steve? Actually, this is PETA's solution to chicken processing. What's happening? People often see videos and images of workers in factories abusing chickens, such as this.
Viewer discretion is advised.
That video is actually an old video from the 1990s that was made in Russia, and it has been circulating the web under the title, How McDonald's Makes Chicken McNuggets. This is actually very, very false because it is not only inhumane to United States standards, but there's not enough meat on these chickens, and they did not take out the entrails or the fecal matter, as well as the beaks, head, and the feet. So this is not something...
Viewer discretion is advised.
This is not something you would see in your food, ever. So, each year, the United States consumes 120 million pigs, 150.4 million cattle, and 8 billion chickens. I'm going to be talking about the chickens because they seem to have more drastic numbers because they are smaller animals. Many people have an opinion on this subject, on how chickens are processed, but not many people are educated well enough about the topic. So, the standard chicken process in factories is this. Live shackling is where they take the birds by the feet and hang them up. Many people don't know this, but chickens, when upside down, are actually very relaxed. Yes, they kick and flail for a second, but that is just because they don't know what's happening, they don't know what's going on. Once they are live shackled up by their legs, they tend to calm down after 30, 40 seconds, and then they are taken through an electric bath where their head is dipped in a pool of electrocuted water. This water stuns them, that way they don't feel any pain throughout the rest of the process. Other people may think that this part is very inhumane, and animal rights activists tend to have issues with this. After they go through the electric bath, however, they are taken on the conveyor belt, still live shackled, and they are stunned and unconscious. They are taken to rotating knives that then slit their throats, and they do not feel anything. They are then taken to a scalding tank where the pores of the chicken open up and the feathers then fall off, and then they are kept going, and then they hit these things that look a lot like rubber gloves, and those just beat the extra feathers off of them to make sure that they're all right. And then they go through the evisceration line. The evisceration line is where they remove the beaks, the intestines, so there's no fecal matter in what you're eating, and the feet. Then they are taken through the cold bath, which is why they are all like looking oddly and not resembling a chicken whatsoever when they get packaged. There is many controversy over how humane or inhumane this process currently is. The inhumane argument is the age of the chickens is very, very young. These chickens are bred and slaughtered at 7 to 8 weeks old. Another issue that many organizations such as PETA or other animal rights activists have come across is that there has been a recent change in the speed of the production line, because they are afraid that some of the birds, even though they are taken through this electric bath and stunned, not all of them are stunned, and so they are afraid that if this happens and they speed it up, because right now the current speed is around 190 and they would amp it up to about 250 chickens per hour. And so they have an issue with maybe these chickens, if the process is sped up, that they will not be electrocuted, they will not be stunned, they won't have that freedom of dying unconscious and without. Another issue is handling, because many people have seen these videos, which are actually very old. These videos of workers throwing the chickens, kicking the chickens, trying to make the chickens move faster. These videos are old. Many people think that these videos are videos just captured today, when in reality, these videos are old. If workers did beat or abuse these chickens, then those workers would be fired, because in order to get the best, like the most money out of these chickens, they need to be able to sell them at the best quality. And the last issue that they have is gas over stunning, because they would like to lead these chickens into a room and then gas them in order for these chickens to die humanely. The humane argument is that these chickens are actually not the chickens which you're probably thinking of. These are broiler chickens. They are only supposed to live 7 to 8 weeks because they're genetically altered to live like that. Because if they live much longer, then they can't hold up their own weight, their intestines, all their innards start collapsing on each other, and they develop problems such as obesity and heart disease. Improved handling, I already talked about, but they can't get a lot of money out of the meat if the meat is bruised or tainted in any way. The speed of the assembly line will also increase the number of workers there to watch and make sure that each chicken is killed in a humane manner. And they prefer stunning over gas because they know that gas would take a longer process and they would lose money, because chickens would eventually, the price would go up due to the longer process. So, what are they? There are two main types of chickens that people like to eat. There are free-range chickens, and there are broiler chickens. Can anybody tell the difference between these two? My point exactly. The ones on the bottom are broiler chickens. These are the chickens that we eat that are packaged, and we get chicken breasts, chicken nuggets, and stuff. The ones on top are free-range chickens, which you'll probably think of when you hear the word chicken. Very healthy, multiple-colored chickens that just run around and don't really care. So, could you tell the difference? This is a free-range chicken. These chickens are healthy. They can live up to a year, 2 years, and have very good quality meat.
That's the life of a chicken? Like 2 years? Seriously?
Well, most farmers and processors just decide to...
Oh, okay. But if a chicken were allowed to live out a lifespan, do you happen to know like a lifespan of a chicken?
I believe it's like 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
Broiler chickens, this is a broiler chicken. This is what you're eating, and this is a broiler chicken at 10 to 12 weeks. As you can see, you can't see its feet. This is because this bird is severely obese. They are not meant to live past 7 to 8 weeks. That is why they are taken into processing plants and processed that we can get food. These are broiler chicks at 3 weeks old. They may look cute now, but in another week they will be very big, very large, and very...
Is that genetics, or is that the steroids and hormones and crap they're giving them, or?
Yes, for both.
Okay.
So, gassing, which is PETA's solution, and other animal rights activists, could lead to asphyxiation, which is choking, uncontrollable excretion, which means that they would be throwing up, pooping, peeing on each other, an increase in stress and anxiety, and they are trying to ask that most chicken processing plants changed to this method because it would reduce the stress of anxiety. Well, if you look at any history textbook or anything that talks about the Nazis, you can see that this was not the best way to go. It was very stressful, and people were very anxious about it. And these gases that they're using could possibly taint the meat that you would be putting into your body. So, Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin is a woman who has autism, and she is able to connect to animals on a very personal level because she cannot really connect to humans. She has done a lot with processing. It has gone a long way because of her. She's developed chutes that better cows. She's talked about chicken processing. She can find pros and cons for both gassing and stunning, but I believe that she is currently on the side of stunning over gassing. And she said, of course they're gonna get slaughtered. You think we have cattle? You think we'd have cattle if people didn't eat them every day? They'd just be funny looking animals in zoos. But we raise them for us. That means we owe them some respect. Nature is cruel, but we don't have to be. I wouldn't want to have my guts ripped out by a lion. I'd much rather die in a slaughterhouse if it was done the right way. So, in conclusion, the way chickens are processed now is the most humane. By conforming to other methods, then both the processing plants and the workers would lose money. The price of chickens would go up, and processing would just take much, much longer. So, stop and ask yourself, now that you've been taught, how would you rather die? Slowly by suffocation and asphyxiation, or quickly with a cut to the throat while unconscious?
Well done.